April 11th is a date that has seen many significant historical events throughout the course of history. Here are 10 of the most notable. The Treaty of Fontainebleau was signed on April 11, 1814, marking the end of the Napoleonic Wars and the exile of Napoleon Bonaparte to the island of Elba. The treaty also led to the restoration of the Bourbon monarchy in France, which lasted until the July Revolution of 1830. On April 11, 1868, the Tokugawa Shogunate was officially abolished in Japan, bringing an end to the feudal era and the beginning of the Meiji period. The Meiji Restoration brought about significant social, political, and economic reforms in Japan, leading to the country's modernization. On April 11, 1900, British forces captured Bloemfontein, the capital of the Orange Free State, during the Second Boer War in South Africa. The war lasted until 1902 and resulted in the British victory, but also led to significant loss of life and damage to infrastructure. On April 11, 1945, American forces liberated the Buchenwald concentration camp in Germany, one of the largest and most notorious of the Nazi concentration camps. The liberation of Buchenwald and other concentration camps marked the end of the Holocaust and World War II in Europe. On April 11, 1951, the trial of Ethel and Julius Rosenberg began in New York City. The couple was accused of passing atomic secrets to the Soviet Union and were eventually found guilty and sentenced to death. The trial and execution of the Rosenbergs remain controversial. On April 11, 1961, the trial of Adolf Eichmann began in Jerusalem, Israel. Eichmann was a high-ranking Nazi official who played a key role in the organization and execution of the Holocaust. He was eventually found guilty and executed in 1962. On April 11, 1970, NASA launched the Apollo 13 mission with the aim of landing astronauts on the moon. However, just 2 days later, an explosion occurred on the spacecraft, leading to a crisis that threatened the lives of the astronauts on board. The mission became a dramatic story of survival as the crew worked with NASA engineers to overcome the challenges and return safely to Earth. On April 11, 1972, the Battle of Dong Ha, a key battle of the Vietnam War, ended with a decisive victory for the North Vietnamese Army. The battle was part of the larger Easter Offensive, which was a major military campaign by North Vietnam to reunify the country under communist rule. On April 11, 2002, the capital city of Afghanistan, Kabul, fell to Northern Alliance forces, marking the end of Taliban rule in the city. The fall of Kabul was a key moment in the US-led war in Afghanistan, which began in response to the 9/11 terrorist attacks. On April 11, 2019, astronomers released the first ever image of a black hole, which was captured by the Event Horizon.